Welcome to all. Today we are going to see some of the short answers from second semester engineering physics paper for diploma examinations. We are going to see the short answers from the remaining short answers from the unit 2 and some short answers from unit 3. These are very important for the semester examinations. The first question we are going to see is, what is temperature of inversion? If a gas is at a particular temperature, no cooling or heating is observed when it is passed through a porous plug. That particular temperature is called temperature of inversion. It means that when the gas is allowed to expand, when it is passed through a porous plug, the gas is expanded. When it allowed to pass through a porous plug, if it is at a particular temperature, no heating or cooling is observed. That is, the gas comes out at the same temperature at which it is passed. That temperature is called temperature is inversion. If the temperature is below that particular the temperature of inversion, cooling takes place. And if it is above that temperature of inversion, it gets heated when passed through porous plug. But at the temperature of inversion, no heating or cooling is observed. And the second question we are going to see is Joule-Thomson effect. When a gas is allowed to expand from high pressure side to low pressure side through a porous plug at a temperature less than temperature of inversion, cooling takes place. This effect is called Joule-Thomson effect. I have already explained about the temperature of inversion. So when the temperature is less than temperature of inversion and when the gas is allowed to expand through a porous plug, it gets cooled. This effect is called Joule-Thomson effect. See that question number 1 and 2 are from second unit, and we have seen all the other short answers in the big question section. I hope you all remember that. Now we are going to see some of the important short answers from third unit. The first question is state laws of refraction. The first law is the incident ray, the refracted ray, normal all lie in the same plane. The second law is the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is a constant for any two given medium. It can be represented as in the as formula. The formula is mu equal to sin I by sin R. The second law is a little bit important because we are getting three answers. First one is for the state the law of refraction, and another two questions also we are getting for the same point. So learn it thoroughly. I once again repeat the second point. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is a constant for any two given medium, and the formula is mu equal to sin I by sin R. Now we are going to see the fourth question, state Snell's law. I have already said this. I am going to read the Snell's law. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is a constant for any two given medium. Mu equal to sin I by sin R. Yes, I hope you all found out that it is the second point for laws of refraction, that is Snell's law. Okay, the second point in laws of refraction is also called Snell's law. Okay, so when you learn the third question, you can answer two questions. Okay, now we can see the another question. And the another question we are going to see is, what is refractive index? When a ray of light passes from air or vacuum to a given medium, now we have to write the same Snell's law. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is called refractive index. Mu equal to sin I by sin R. Okay, this U like symbol we have to read as mu. Okay, this also same as the Snell's law, but we have to given the condition that the light ray should pass from air or vacuum to the given medium. Now the second question we are going to see is, what is angle of minimum deviation? As the angle of incidence increases, the angle of deviation decreases to a minimum value and then increases. The minimum value of angle of deviation is known as the angle of minimum deviation. Okay. This is the angle of minimum deviation. The seventh question is, what are the parts of spectrometer? Spectrometer has three parts, namely the collimator, the prism table, and the telescope. Next question we are going to see is, what is critical angle? The critical angle is defined as a particular angle of incidence in the denser medium for which the corresponding angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. So the critical angle is the angle of incidence. It is the particular angle of incidence for which angle of refraction is 90 degree. This is critical angle. Next we are going to see about total internal reflection. What is total internal reflection? When the angle of incidence is further increased about the critical angle, the ray is totally reflected back in the same medium itself. This phenomena is called total internal reflection. We have already seen about the critical angle, because in critical angle the angle of refraction is 90 degree. So when the angle of incidence is increased above the critical angle, the angle of refraction should be greater than 90 degree. When it is greater than 90 degree, in the ray is reflected in the same medium itself. So it is called total internal reflection. I once more read the answer. When the angle of incidence is further increased above the critical angle, the ray is totally reflected back in the same medium itself. This phenomena is called total internal reflection. Now we are going to see the 10th question. What are the conditions for total internal reflection? There are two conditions for total internal reflections. We have already seen in that answer, but we are specifying it. The first condition is, light ray should travel from denser medium to rarer medium. The second condition is, the angle of incidence should be greater than critical angle. These are already shown in the answer for total internal reflection. When the angle is increased above the critical angle, the ray is totally reflected back in the same medium itself. So here the light ray should travel from denser medium to rarer medium. Then only the angle of refraction increases. When it travels from rarer medium to denser medium, the angle of refraction goes on decreases. Okay. So light ray should travel from denser medium to rarer medium. And the second point is, the angle of incidence should be greater than critical angle. All these are very important questions for the theory examinations. If you find any difficulty, please feel free to ask me. Hope you all are safe at home. I pray for your safety. Thank you for those all who have subscribed. Those who haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe, because I am going to add more videos in future for second semester polytechnic examinations. Thank you.